Ladies and gentlemen, the making of a military officer is serious business. And as they say, first-rate accomplishments do not spring from third-rate aspirations. And so the sense of proportion is actually attended to by military precision. And that's why we are back at it to give you more insights are gonna be coming to you from this platform. That's at Byron Adera, Thoughts and Insights. And this is one and only Byron Adera, ex-Kenya Special Forces operator, security expert, writer, blogger, international consultant, loads and loads of hats that I wear. But for the purpose of this, the reason why we are actually here is just that background. Having been born from the hothouse of military development, and of course that started with us having gone through that factory institution, that is the Kenya Military Academy as it is now. For ourselves, it was the Armed Forces Training College. Loads of intrigues that went into the making of just that thoroughbred, human that is military officer. And so to help me build on this as we go into the finish line for the first season, season 1 of the Making a Military Officer, is that guy. And you've been waiting, stuck in the line, waiting for that bell to ring. And we are ringing that bell on your one and only again, Babuya Bonai, by popular demand. And it's come from you, the audience, and we love you. And we cannot wait for you to actually invite others on this platform where you can only do your best by sharing, commenting, and of course giving us that necessary and needful feedback as you have. And that's why the gentleman is right here, my good friend.
Thank you.
That's a major retired Babuya Bonaya. And so this guy is right here. And to help us break it down, man, before you disappeared, and you went to whatever, it was a sabbatical.
Yeah.
How was it?
Then we're only looking for some coin now.
But you don't disappear from your brother, man. How this looking for coins does not.
And then I checked through the YouTube page.
Yes.
Of course, I was following.
And you had to resurrect yourself in a way.
Yeah.
After Easter, and
yes.
you came back as our Lord.
Of course, from your conviction.
Yes.
So I had to come back.
Yes.
It's been a great time being away.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much, Byron.
You're welcome.
It's so much a pleasure.
Yes.
For this platform.
Yes.
I'm greatly
honored to.
Pleasured and honored.
It's an honor, man. It's quite an honor to have you looking young and fresh as you always do. As my dad always told us, man, whenever you are invited, you do more than just showing up.
No.
And you do more than just showing up.
No. In the African culture, actually, when you are given an invitation and you turn it down or you don't show up, it's actually a curse.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
So, thank you so much.
Well done. And wow. And so where we left it at, we'd been talking to the audience, the wider audience, and basically family and the hopefuls about, you and I are seen out here, and guys are wondering what special material we made of. And as I say, unwaveringly, as you do as well, is that we had to go through a factory institution. But before we actually went through that factory institution, tulipitia mahali, in which case some people did take us through a selection program. And we left it at that. Remember when the Kamgumbu story? And that was about survival, man. It was crazy. When training, real training kicked in.
Yeah.
But before we got there, we were just about to get to a point where we were, revealing to folks, and we have had to do in this platform about the selection board. So quite a number of individuals sieved in, funneled in, to a point where you get to the selection board. How was it for you?
From 800.
Yes.
And then we sieved down.
Yes.
Got into the selection board.
Yeah.
And then
that was momentous.
Then We were only like, I think, 300 of us.
Yes, that went now into the selection board.
But the figures were actually around 150, 145 there.
We were reduced from 220, actually about 220 that faced the selection board, yes. Then to 150.
Yes, and then the selection board actually had to squeeze out so that they get the...
What a number, over 70, well over 70 to get the 150, 145, 150, yeah.
Yes. So here we were.
Yeah.
There's so many hundreds of us.
Yeah.
So we faced this panel. Of course, we are civilians.
How was it for you, man, the previous day?
We don't know who we are facing because we are civilians. But all of a sudden, donned in those rugged military, old fashioned clothes. and,
Looking like you've been through war and all.
Being shaped by the instructors. Ukiingia hapo ndani, kaa chonjo. Kaa chonjo. Make sure you are the only one representing Tana River district. So kaa chonjo.
That was for you?
Yeah, okay, on my side. Of course, I had recapped that in the previous part.
Yes.
That you are the only candidate remaining in Tana River district.
It was only you?
Yes. The other one was taken away.
Yeah.
I think, because of bilharzia or something. Or flat foot.
Yes.
And this smoker. So we faced the selection board.
Yes.
I mean, sitting here right now, talking about the selection board, really gives me jitters.
Yes.
Because the panel was all made about a general, brigadier.
True.
So many other colonels, red collared.
now that we know what they represented.
Yes. By that time, we were civilians. So you come into this room. Next.
And you don't know the fate of the previous guy.
Edward Babuya, get in. By the left, quick march. Left, right. And then you have a very lonely seat.
At the center.
At the center.
Dead center.
You have a U shape. You're facing these guys. Of course, you've come a long way to get there. Then these guys bombard you with questions.
Yes.
Why do you want to get it?
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Do you like
of course. I want to defend my country. So, those so many other Kenyans out there are not defending their country. You only want to come in to defend them. A couple of questions about Africa, about national issues, regional issues, really to get the cream out of you in terms of your currency, in terms of national issues, in terms of regional issues, in terms of
just a personal awareness as well.
Yes. And then, of course, the questions are popping out.
Yeah,
from the panel.
The panel, you know,
not in a specific manner.
Yeah, man, you are facing a barrage.
Spontaneous.
Yes.
Spontaneous. So you're facing this guy. Of course, right now, I know there are no guys. It's a colonel or it's a brigadier. And then somebody pops up a question from this other side.
You have to look that way?
Yes.
The deal was, you actually, and it's an etiquette
you
in terms of...
answering a question from Kenya.
And before you finish...
There's a question from Africa. Do you know about...
what's going on
Sankara?
Yeah.
Totally disorients you. But it was a good experience.
Yes.
And I'm happy that I made it through.
Yes.
It wasn't easy, but it was quite challenging.
Yes.
And very objective.
Very objective.
Yeah. And then I remember, after that, we went into the Great Parade.
Yes. Of course, you are told immediately that, yes.
Okay, if you hear your name, go to this side.
After the selection board, right?
Of course, you are, yes.
Yes.
You are paraded on one side. Yeah. If you hear a name,
cross over to that side.
So, there's a bit of uncertainty.
Yes. I mean, the tension was so thick, you could cut it with a blunt knife, as they say.
You really don't know whether the ones
on this side,
because
the numbers were almost the same. Because I mean, if they were weeding out like 70, you know, from 220, I remember, or thereabout, to 150, quite a number were actually.
Remember the guy who fainted?
People fainted, of course.
When we were told, okay.
Now it's you guys on this side. Pay office.
The pay office is there. You're going to be paid.
You
one way home. The guys on this side.
Mmepata kazi.
Mmepata kazi. Ni sasa mko kwa mikono ya desk. Somebody just falls down.
Yes, it was chaos. It was chaotic.
And then it was a kind of a mix emotions.
Yes.
Because these were guys that we had really bonded.
Yeah.
Out of adversity and
shared pains.
Yeah. Because so many guys had left in the cause.
Yeah. And you can imagine this is the final day.
But because of fate or something, we've been taken on board.
Yeah.
Because me and you.
Yes.
We were part of the other.
The same.
The team.
Yeah.
And then we were thinking about what next.
Yes.
These guys are being given a fare. Of course, calculated between
the college here, Armed Forces Training College,
and
your
domicile district.
Yes.
So if you come from Wajir, from Lanet to Wajir,
whether you are staying with a relative that's just...
No, whether you are coming from just next to Ndori, but your domicile district, according to the records, is Wajir. So you are given fare, calculated per kilometer to Wajir. I remember one of our colleagues was coming from Nakuru.
Yeah.
Ended up being given, I think, from Lanet to Nakuru.
I think it was in hundreds of shillings or something. Must have been.
I doubt if it got to 100 shillings. Because the government has a very weird way
of calculating. I mean, it's stuck in the yesteryears, much as...
Per kilometer.
Yeah.
They calculate per kilometer. And it's tabulated.
Yes.
Yes. It's tabulated. It's actually an act.
Yeah, it is.
Of law.
It is. It's not left to chance. And that is really profound. You know, part of... and we've seen this for the longest. Since the beginning of selection, people were falling along the way every other day. And over time, even for us who are not part of that faith, you'd start to know that this is actually what's going on. They'd actually ask, you remember, for that final day, they actually asked us, for you guys who've really gotten to this point, mmepata kazi.
Yes.
Kama iko mtu ako na deni yako on the other side,
lipa yeye, aende.
Then this other side is so as kama uko na deni
yako, hii side, mwambie kulipe. And it was all actually it was all about milk, kangumu, and bread. For the time and duration that we were
there was no deni beyond that.
Kama uko na mtu ako na deni yako upande huu, enda muitishe. Because nyinyi mkitoka upande huu, enda pay office.
Yes. And someone is ready with the...
And you are not going back to the accommodation.
By the way.
Straight away to the gate.
Yes, you know,
tips of the expert.
Absolutely, and why this is important is that much as we are sharing our personal stories, it's fun to share personal stories, but it's very helpful to someone out there who's thinking, am I just looking for work? And in all sincerity, I'm thinking, that is okay, that's a valid point. But the most important bit would be that if, because knowledge really forewarns, and knowledge equips you with the necessary information that inadequate and important to inform, decisive action.
One thing that we really need to get into, the ones who want to join in.
Yes.
There is not a work.
Yes.
It's not a paying job.
Yes.
This is a service.
Absolutely.
It's a service.
Yes.
Because for us who have been there, whether it's a weekend or not a weekend, a holiday,
be called to respond to call of duty.
Yes. As in, you are on off, but you are still on standby.
Absolutely.